at some point. I've been up there. Type of business.
That's what she spoke that.
And she hasn't paid near the price.
Okay.
Those people have.
No.
Okay, let's call to order the August 25th meeting of the Hamilton County Board of Commissioners. Let the record indicate we have a quorum with all three commissioners present. If you would stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First item on the agenda is to approve the executive session memoranda of August 25th. This is your motion.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next, to approve the minutes of August the 11th.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Plat approval, Hammond Estates.
Good afternoon. We have one plat on the agenda today. It is Hammond Estates, located on 256th Street east of US 31 in Jackson Township. They have met all the county requirements and we recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Oh, thank you.
Next item on the agenda is Highway Department.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My first item today falls under agreements and supplements. I have a supplement number 2 with BF&S. This is for our 146 and Hazelmel project. This supplement is in the amount of $504,585. The bulk of this supplement is for appraising activities for 146 and Hazelmel. There are some items related to changes we've made due to feedback from our public hearing. We've had many months since our hearing. We went and looked through a lot of different items. Public Fairman's been great in doing that. We've gone through the supplement, and we're comfortable with it, and we're ready to move forward.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
I would just say I thought those public hearings went really well. I mean, it was interesting from the first one, how mad a lot of people were. Then to the second one, they were still a little bit mad. But by getting to the third one, it was interesting to see how many compliments that we got from a lot of the people that had been to all the meetings and say, hey, appreciate you listening to us and implementing this piece and that part into it. Really appreciate you guys doing this. Just goes to show, I think, that public hearing process, I think, works. And you hear a lot from folks that are out there that they don't think that they'll be listened to. And we see it on a lot of our projects. Even I remember Lowe's Way, when there were suggestions that came from folks over at Foster Estates on the trail and how we changed a lot of things. And it made the project a lot better. So,
Well, if you go through the process right,
yeah,
because those people live there and know it better than we
Yeah.
do.
Our next item falls under acceptance of streets. I have 2 street listings, and this is in regards to NDOT's work on US 31. The limited access work they're doing there north of Sabre 38 up through the northern part of the county. We'd like to accept 2 streets into our inventory. This is Englewood Road. This runs from 236th Street, and it's actually built all the way down past 226 now, but we're only accepting the first section which goes 2,810 feet south of 236th Street, for a total of 0.53 miles. And then at the end of that road, there's a stub cul-de-sac that goes to the west that's called Farmstead Way. And it's just to access the parcels that were cut off otherwise. And its total is 0.16 miles. We will accept the rest of Englewood Way, and there'll be another cul-de-sac or two south of that when that work's completed as well. But at this time, we'd like to accept these two roads into our inventory.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Couple of official actions for these roads, 2 stop signs, one for Englewood Road northbound, stopping for 236th Street. And then Farmstead Way eastbound, stopping for Englewood Road. Also, I'd like to do official actions for speed limits. The Farmstead Way cul-de-sac, again, is 800 feet in length, so we're posting that at 35 miles per hour. Englewood Road is a little unique in that it's currently being used as a detour route for 226th Street that NDOT's doing. It's a straight shot, there's nothing, McClure's is building at 236 currently, it's not open, still several months away from opening. However, when NDOT built it and signed it, they signed it for 35 miles per hour. Even though it's a detour route, we're recommending, based upon a speed study that we did, of making that road 50 miles an hour at the time. And once NDOT's done with 226th Street Bridge, and we're done with 236th Street, we will reevaluate this road to see if 50 miles per hour is adequate for this road. One additional note to make, again, it was posted at 35. When Chris did our speed study, we noticed an odd thing that 10% speed for this road currently is 35. So the majority of the 85th percentile, which is what we set this at, was set at like 54 miles an hour. So we're recommending 50. But just keep in mind, it's posted at 35 and only 10% of the cars driving is going 35.
Sounds to me like we're put the sheriff out there. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Last item I have here from the highway is a permission for disposal request for, we have 4 vehicles and several miscellaneous items from the shop that we're ready to dispose of.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And if you all don't have anything for me, I'll turn it over to Brad.
We covered everything. We'll dispose of those through gov deals. That's how we typically do it. So that's our intent. And then the only other thing I had is tentatively have a September 1st Friday meeting, but unless you guys want to meet, we don't need to that day.
Move to
Probably
cancel.
plan on the
Second.
October one though. Looks more likely we'll put one up.
Discussion? And that's the September 1st meeting?
September 5th. I think that's the Friday.
Okay, good.
Or do we vote on that cancellation?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is Hamilton County Parks Department, Chris Stice. Request approval for asset decommission list. What are you wanting to get rid of, Chris?
We are looking to decommission the swimming pool at Three Forks Preserve, which is already demoed, so we're doing that as cleanup for the asset management, and also Geist Park paving as part of the upgrades there at Geist Park for the Belford Bridge.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. That's pretty simple, Chris. Next item on the agenda is buildings and ground and the Honorable Stephen Woods.
It's been forever.
It has, haven't seen you in a long time, Stevie.
Yeah, well, I have, thank you for having me. I got 2 contracts in front of you. Both are due to new equipment This first one would be Cummins. It's a 3-year contract going on to replacing a contract we currently have at Community Corrections for a new generator we have there on that site. And it's $17,058 a year, comprehensive with inspections. We've actually bumped our inspections up to 4 times a year versus the 3. So I'm just seeking for approval to move forward with that contract.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
The second contract is with Daikin with the new equipment we have out at the fairgrounds for the Llama Barn, Bicentennial Building, and the Pleasant Street Building. This is a 1-year contract for $4,996, adding to the current contract we have. Will be up for renewal next year for all of them.
Do you have that timed with the warranty expiration, or are
Correct.
you running it concurrent?
It's time with the warranty.
Move to approve.
Second.
That's why it's $4,900 for all of them.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Clerk of the Circuit Court, Kathy Williams. Kathy's not here.
Do we have time?
Let's go on to Governance, Risk, and Compliance Division, Stephen Rushforth.
Good afternoon. Today I'm bringing forward a master service agreement along with a statement of work with Ivy Tech for some compliance courses we would like them to conduct later this year. Really, the execution of these documents just ensure the continuation of the Ivy Tech training partnership. The master service agreement presented would run through June 30th, 2027. The courses that we're looking to have them conduct at the later part of this year, funding has already been appropriated. Both of these documents have been reviewed by the county attorney's office, and they have approved them for presentation. So welcome any questions. Otherwise, we would just request your approval, and the approval today would be for me to execute the electronic documents on behalf of the commissioners.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda, Hamilton County Emergency Management, Ryan Timpson.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. So I have 2 items for you today. The first one is to request approval for a waiver and release for the local emergency planning council exercise location that we chose this year. The local emergency planning council's exercise will be August 27th, 2025. It's an operations-based exercise to test our response to a simulated hazmat exercise. It's going to be at Regal Village Park this year at 222 East 146th Street, Carmel, Indiana. And the reason we chose this location is due to it having paved parking lots that can handle the weight of fire apparatus and gives us enough space to conduct the exercise. And an additional consideration we had going into that location is that participating fire apparatus must remain close to some of their normal response districts in case of any real-world emergency responses that arise, because some of the participants are still on duty shift departments that will have to take emergency runs as needed. So the property owner here has requested that we sign a waiver and release, basically that we'll hold them harmless from any damages or injuries that might occur while we're utilizing the property. So here today, basically to request signature and approval on the waiver and release so we can conduct the exercise on August 27th.
So moved.
Second, I do have a question. Do we need any additional insurance to cover this? Or is it bound under our current coverage?
I think it's, I think we looked at our current certificate of insurance, and I think we were covered.
So the additional insured that we would be named.
Come up to the mic, Steve, would you please?
Yeah, thank you, Steve.
Hamilton County is going to be named as an additional insured by the vendor conducting that training. So we'll have coverage. The property owner that we're using the property from is the one that they're signing. So in the event of any loss, we would be pursuing damages against the
Okay.
vendor.
Great.
Thank you.
I think we're ready.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Okay. Second item I had for you is request approval for the Hamilton County Multi-Hazard Mitigation Plan Proposal and Addendum. So Hamilton County Emergency Management, we're in the process of updating the county multi-hazard mitigation plan. It's a federally required document that identifies hazards and outlines actions to reduce risk and increase community resilience. And the plan is essential for maintaining eligibility for FEMA hazard mitigation grants, participating in the National Flood Insurance Program and a community rating system, and ensuring that we have a coordinated county-wide response approach to hazard mitigation planning. Our current plan expires here this year on December 16th, 2025, and we're due for an update every 5 years, so we're at that point where we've got to update the plan. To assist us with this process, we've identified an external contractor, IU Indianapolis Polis Center, and they were selected due to their specialized expertise in this area, having a strong track record of working on FEMA compliant plans, working with Indiana State's mitigation plan, and working closely with Marion County. So we'll have some regional similarities in planning as we move through the process. And then they are really supportive in collecting all our data points that we need, including creating some GIS mapping for us. So we really want to ensure this plan is completed accurately, as it provides an essential foundation for everything that we do in emergency management. And the cost of the contractor would be $24,304, which is covered by a BRIC grant that the board previously approved. So here today to seek approval and signature on the contract, an addendum to initiate the multi-hazard mitigation plan update with the Polis Center.
Motion to approve.
I'll second, but I have some questions.
Sure.
It shows a 12-month completion date. Have you negotiated that down to bring us into compliance?
Yes, ma'am. We've negotiated down to closer to 6 months, maybe less, depending on how quickly the contractor and us working with them can pull all the data together, have the planning meetings, and make sure we're meeting all the FEMA requirement deadlines to establish this plan as early as we can.
But that's not reflected in the contract. Is there an addenda?
I'm sorry, let me look here.
Page 7 shows
Yeah.
proposed timetable of 12 months.
So they erred, I know when we did the contract, they erred on the side of caution of putting 12 months, but they have the window there between 6 and 12 months. They just erred on the side of caution and put 12 months in case we ran a little longer than 6, but we're pretty confident working together we can be closer to that 6-month window.
Well, it's not reflected in the contract.
Okay, I can work on getting an updated contract if needed, or an addendum to appease the board.
Well, I'd suggest we accept it and get you moving,
Okay,
but I would want a revised amendment to that agreement.
okay, I can work on that.
I'm fine with that amendment to my motion.
And I'll amend my second. I just don't want to ever see us in this situation again.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Is there further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Brian. Mrs. Williams?
I apologize, my agenda said 1:45. Did we amend it or something?
No, we just went faster.
Okay, all right. My first item is the resolution in regards to the vote centers. I think I sent you a copy of that, and I sent you an explanation, and happy to answer any questions.
Where are we, what did the elections board do?
They will meet again the 18th, and they will make their decision. They obviously wanted to know what you want to do and what the council wants to do. I mean, there's 3 places that the process can be stopped. It can be stopped here today, it can be stopped at the county council meeting, or it can be stopped by the county election board.
What's your timing on making the decision?
Well, we want to be on board for next May. So by the time we complete our project and get it sent to the state, we, probably soon, sooner rather than later. But that's, like I said, it's your call. I mean, I'm just here
I'd rather have some
to,
discussion about this. That's my personal opinion, because I
Okay.
have concerns about what the true cost savings, number one.
Okay.
And you and I communicated about real-time online
Mm-hmm.
wait times,
Uh-huh.
so that people could look at the centers and decide what's going to be the most efficient place for them to go.
okay?
And I also would like to look at a map, a heat map that shows where the
Oh,
locations are.
I can bring that over.
I assume you have all this stuff. I
Yeah.
just think we ought to, maybe at the next commissioners meeting, have a work session. I just don't want to throw you behind the 8 ball where you don't have time to get it done.
I'm in agreement with Commissioner Altman. There's a lot more information that I'd like to have.
Okay.
I know when I went with you and we went and spoke to several schools about using them for a voting center. And they said, oh, well, we can't do that. I just think that's ridiculous.
Well, they
I
have to
mean,
by statute,
I know,
don't they?
but they said, oh, we've already got this scheduled. There's no way we can do it. All the excuses that we heard.
Well, they schedule something.
And, the fact is those schools should be open for those voting centers.
that is
They should be.
That is
And-
going to have to come from
and
you
so
all. I
They want to
mean,
use the schedule that they live by and they create to say, no, we can't do it. But we all need to be together because these schools need to be, I think there's an education piece in regards to
Oh, yeah,
government.
there's no doubt.
That could be utilized during this too. And if we have to have a day off of school for this, for opportunities.
today,
for
they're
our
off today.
kids, well, I mean, for opportunities
I'm
for
just
them
saying.
to learn about this whole process and everything. And I just think that there's a lot of things that we could be doing to enhance this privilege that we have to vote.
Okay,
And I'd like to talk about what
Okay.
those might be.
that's why I came to you a couple months ago and
Yeah.
tried to start the,
I disagree
I know.
with both my fellow commissioners. Kathy, you and I have talked about this. You said you've investigated all that stuff and you fully recommend it, and I back you 100%, so I'm ready to move on.
Well, I
I'm
don't
not,
disagree that
but,
you've
yeah.
investigated,
Yeah.
but we
Yeah.
haven't had
yeah,
time
no,
to digest it.
Yeah.
I'm whatever you all,
Yeah.
like I
Does
said,
that put you in a bind if we postpone this?
I mean, anytime longer we wait, it'll
I'm
make us,
available anytime. I'll be more than happy to meet with you individually.
I think, well, I'd rather
Yeah.
sit as a group and make a decision based upon information we all have. We're doing too many one-off meetings, in my opinion, for good governance. So what I'd suggest, if you want to have a special meeting this week or wait until,
I'm on vacation this week. I came in here just to see you all, and then I'll be at home the rest of the week, so,
For several weeks. I don't know what the holdup is.
but I'm happy to do it
I
next
thought
week.
maybe we would have a work session. to
Yeah,
talk about
so
it.
did I. I mean, there's a lot that
I was
goes
In
into
there, you
this.
can talk to her
I
any
did,
time.
we conversed, however, I don't know what the election board's thoughts are. I
Well,
just
they're
think-
gonna have the choice to kill it if they don't want it.
I understand, but I don't.
If I'm
wanna-
gonna make a decision on it, I wanna be more educated than
Yeah.
what I am right now.
I am
That's all there
concerned
is
about
to it.
lines, and
Okay.
you may have data that says there's no lines, or this is how we handle
The-
it, and that's
the
cool.
one point I want to make is, our problem now is, like this year, we're adding 15 more precincts.
Right.
So that means 15 more locations. So we're going from 111, we're going to, so we are at a point where finding locations, even if we use the
Yeah.
schools, but if the whole school part is going to have to come from you guys, because I mean, we've done, for years, I've tried to work with them, I've met with superintendents, it's going to
But
have
am I
to.
correct by statute?
It is by
must
statute,
be
it's a
there.
public building, and they're supposed to
And
let
I'm
us use
with
it.
him,
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
kids ought to see people lining up to exercise their rights, and we don't
I-
have that going
I
on.
can't argue with that,
So
It's a privilege to be able to vote.
And I just want to know whether we can do more early voting to compensate the crowds that show up on election day.
Well,
There's
we-
a lot I just want to see And
Yeah,
I'm not opposed to this per se, I just want to understand it better.
Yeah.
just tell me what you want to do.
Next meeting, let's have a work session afterwards, and then we can approve it or not approve it after the next meeting,
Yeah.
after we're educated.
Yeah.
Okay?
Is that your motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I oppose.
Okay, my second thing,
carries.
I hope is a little easier. It's the two contracts for No Ink and Microvote on the equipment that we're purchasing, and the legal department has looked over them.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And Jenny, do you have copies of them, or do I need to? Okay, so, all good?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Kathy.
you. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda, community corrections, Tom Gilhouse and Mary May, or Mark May. Mary May.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Great seeing you again.
Hello?
We have 3 items for you today. The first, we are seeking your approval for a memorandum of understanding with the Associations of Indiana Counties TREX program. This agreement will allow Community Corrections to partner with the Indiana Department of Revenue's Tax Refund Exchange and Compliance System, TREX, which offsets state tax refunds of individuals who no longer are under community corrections supervision but still owe us funds. This MOU fills the gap of us not having a collection agency since March of '23. There are significant benefits of using TREX versus traditional collections agency, mainly the reduction of collection of fees to 10% compared to others that were 25 to 30%. Also, TREX does not report delinquent debts to credit bureaus, and there's no cost to our agents.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Our second request is the approval of the electronic monitoring service agreement. This agreement is identical to our previous agreements, but through negotiations that we've recently had, we've been able to reduce the cost of the monitoring approximately $3,000 in this agreement.
Do we have enough capacity on electronic monitoring to allow those that the judges want to put on to do that?
We currently own approximately 150 units with a rental agreement already in place to be able to monitor more individuals. So we're able to grow with what the courts are currently putting on the program.
So we don't have people waiting to
Not
go
currently.
on because of lack of capacity on our site?
Not currently, no. We usually will get a piece of equipment within a couple of days of ordering it.
Okay, I just want to make sure if we can be least restrictive, we are. Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Our third request is the approval of the extended warranty and support services agreement. As we own our electronic monitoring equipment, we require maintenance on those units. In the past, the annual maintenance agreement has cost more than $106,000. Part of those negotiations I mentioned earlier, we've been able to reduce that down to approximately $18,000 while expanding the services that the vendor is currently providing for our agency.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner committee reports.
I have none.
Nothing of yours.
I don't have any. Attorney.
Yes, I have a few items for you today. One is the Ambleside agreement. This was approved at the Drainage Board. This just needs the Board of Commissioners approval as well, so just a different hat.
Yeah.
Is there any questions or concerns that were not addressed at the Drainage Board time that I can try to address right now?
No. Motion to approve.
Thank you.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And just the red sign here, one for this one, the yellow is where you sign as the Drainage Board. The second item I have is the termination agreement with Tyler Technologies. This is a result of Commissioner Altman, Andrew Upchurch, and Mike Hubbs, and the 911 team working with Tyler Technologies. It is providing us credits in the amount of $664,310.05, and also providing us other non-monetary benefits and credits, conference passes, and other items that Tyler will offer throughout the closeout of this process.
it is for the lack of service provided for an agreement with, from Tyler Services, and Andrew and Mike Cubs can give more technical explanation for it if so desired. But we have that for your approval today.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
The next item I have is requesting your approval for the Hamilton County Judicial Center project to move forward, to provide Envoy the authority to move forward to construction documents. And if there are any questions, comments, concerns, myself or Steve Wood or Mike Hubbs can address those right now. Right now, we're at schematic design. We do have a scoping agreement and a scoping agreement amendment number 1 that take us to those construction design documents. The process has been put on pause until we figure out how we want to move forward, but I think it sounds like we know how we're going to move forward. And
So
that's
this
been
is your
received
recommendation after the committee and all them meet?
from our discussion.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Yes.
Well, I'll move to approve. Is there any related contract adjustments we need to approve?
We'll have to do a third or second amendment to the scoping agreement that takes certain things to construction documents, which that will be signed at your next meeting, September 8th, but this is enough for Envoy to get this process started with Structure Point.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're moving as quickly as we can.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a second? Did you second?
No.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
The last item I have is requesting your approval, subject to legal review, a Veteran Affairs Strategic Plan with Guidon Design, which is a design firm. There's some scope that we'll want to amend in the future and also add some language for that. But this would essentially have them look at a feasibility for a VA health center somewhere in Hamilton County. So we'll amend that, get that approved by legal, then have the Board of Commissioners President sign that upon satisfaction from the legal department.
So moved, and I think this is a great opportunity to support our communities in their quest and our veterans to get as good a services as we can.
I couldn't agree more, and I think that this complements what we are doing on the mental health side with the Rely Center that we will open up in September.
Good, it's going that quickly?
Yep.
Whoop.
There's a second,
That's the second.
further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
I believe that is all I have, Commissioners. Thank you.
Thank you. Director of Administration, Mike Copes.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. 3 items for you today. The first one, I'm introducing a letter from the Town of Sheridan Council President reporting the Town Council's position regarding the Dunbar Road project for your review.
And that position is?
They have asked us to reconsider the initial design in the letter that I believe you all received regarding the walkway paths, and there was concern when they had testimony at the county council about the landowners in Dunbar Road and losing property,
So they don't want the path.
Correct, yes. In the letter, they're asking for.
And you
for us
know,
to-
when we had last talked, I know that we had talked to Brad about talking to NDOT and seeing whether, because this is a competitive process that you go through to get federal funding, it's very difficult to get. And actually, without the path, the town would lose somewhere around $1.2, $1.5 million for a path is what would happen. But just a few comments that I have. One of the things that what I think we do well here in the county is I think we plan ahead, especially with the explosive growth that we see on a day-to-day basis. And we try to utilize funding, especially federal funding or any type of grants that we can get. That's our first priority, is to do that. I think it's important to note, too, that US 31 is about to be affected tremendously up there in that region with NDOT projects by the end of next year. 216th Street, there will be no access. 226th Street, there will be no access, just an overpass. 241st Street, 246th Street, 256th Street, 266th Street, they will have no access. There will be an overpass over 266th Street. 281st Street and 286th Street will have no access. This change is going to dramatically affect the traffic along this whole corridor. I think it's important to note that when we do these projects, that we look into it long-term. And let me explain to you just a little bit about what that means. Damage occurred on Dunbar when there was a severe accident, probably about 3 years ago, and the police escorted people, when they closed US 31, onto Dunbar Road. Well, people that don't know that road, is chip sealed, so it's really just liquid asphalt with stone. And what we found was that when they detoured all those people onto Dunbar, there was a lot of heavy trucks on there. Well, heavy trucks do not mix well, especially if you got a 90-degree day, which we did, with chip and seal roads. So there was significant damage that occurred on Dunbar Road. We saw that we needed to apply for funding, and we needed to, given the fact that everything that's happening on US 31, Dunbar will be used significantly. And let me explain to you what that is. The traffic projections that we do whenever we do a project like this, just like 146th Street when it was originally built, they do traffic projections. And those traffic projections indicate over the next 20 years what's going to happen on that corridor. We usually estimate that they'll last for 20 years. Well, in 8 years, the traffic exceeded those numbers on 146th Street. That's the type of explosive growth that we have here in the county. Just to give you an idea about what those traffic studies and what the projections are for Dunbar Road, right now in 2024, 207 vehicles use that road today. That's today, 2024.
Is that per day?
Per day. Projections are 14,400 vehicles per day in 20 years. This information is part of the design criteria that we look at when we do these types of projects, and what people like NDOT or the MPO, they always look at these types of scenarios and what's going on before they even release funding, because it's extremely competitive to get this type of funding. So I bring all of that up. My thought is this is Sheridan's jurisdiction, and if they want to give up the trail on there, I don't have any. Let's let them make the decision on it. Like I said, they'll lose that money, but it's interesting too, because a lot of people don't realize that when we did projects like 236th Street, the width of the shoulders too, if you look all the way to Cicero, there is a 10-foot multi-use path. To say that this path that's being put in there is a trail to nowhere is not accurate. I mean, there's master planning that's put forth when we do these. I mean, trails are extremely popular. Look what happens with the Monon. Look what happens with the Midland Trace. Look what happens with the Nickel Plate and all the use that these trails get. I think that there'll be a day that they'll look back at this and they'll say, we probably should have had a trail. But to say that this early, when we're not even letting this project until 2028 for just the first phase, I think it's a little premature in my opinion. But those are my comments.
Well, when NDOT, under the design of 31, starts closing access, that's when the traffic count will increase. It's not going to take 20 years probably to get to those numbers once access is cut.
Right.
I mean, they're not going to have a choice but to use Dunbar as a frontage road.
Well, I think from a safety standpoint, you got a water park that's going to be going down there too. People are going to probably ride bikes. There'll be a lot of different things that people are going to be doing to get to that water park. And from a safety standpoint, that trail is a nice buffer to have instead of a truck hitting somebody on a bicycle.
Well, you're gonna have
on
kids
the-
on it. It's just, we already had 2 fatalities on 236,
Yeah,
as I recall, because of bikes. And bikes are becoming much, just for recreation and for transit. So, like you said, I'm kind of, unfortunately, ambivalent at this point. If they want to make that decision, that's their decision to make.
I think they should be able to
But
make the decision.
It's short-sighted, but that's their decision.
Well, it's in Adams Township, in
Yep.
Sheridan's jurisdiction. Sheridan's already lost how many millions of dollars, of federal dollars that we had to fix some of the roads over there. I think it's, I don't know how they justify that, and then they're gonna lose, what, another million something for this path?
Well,
Million
plus we
two.
would have supplied the local match.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
I
we
mean,
supply them.
it wouldn't cost them anything for.
Doesn't
the
make sense to me,
training.
but it is their jurisdiction, and I'm
Yep.
for leaving it up to them.
yep,
Well,
I
given the
agree.
necessity of improving that road, it's not
Yeah.
causing me to pull the project, but
Yeah, I mean, the only reason we were going along with helping them with the road is because of the necessity of the road.
Well, we know what's
It's not our
go-
obligation to do.
We know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, we know
over
what's gonna
there.
happen.
And so, but I would think that we need to make sure that we get an adamant decision, now that we know all of this, that we don't have to do that project according to Brad, your comments that you had with NDOT.
Well,
on the
should
tr-
we-
In regards to the
we have a
trail.
letter from Site of
Mm-hmm.
Amy, but that's just the, does the letter indicate they took a vote on this? I don't
Indicates they did meet about the project, and it was, I mean, it did go
I
through the
think,
council.
I think in all due
So
respect,
there
we
is
need
a
to
vote
ask
of
them
their,
again
of
now
their
that we
town
know.
council to remove the path.
Originally, that was not included in their vote, so they're asking for, the letter we have that is in the record is asking if we can remove it, and then they want it removed.
I
Okay,
think
well
j-
then, I would ask that their council vote on that, to have clear directive, so we pull it.
Yeah.
Right now, we have a representation, I just want it in the record that their council is considered it as a whole, and that's a decision of council, and then I
I
think
agree.
we can pull it.
Yep, I agree. But they should have the decision in that.
Yep, I'll relay it back to them
Yeah,
directly.
just send them and give us a resolution of council, and that would.
Well,
that
why don't we
would
make a
remind-
motion that he can send back to them that
Yeah.
we have agreed to acquiesce to their decision.
Determination, but we would like to have official
So
record.
we'd like
of
to have
action.
official. Is there a motion?
So,
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. The second item I'll be introducing for review, approval, and signature is the Hamilton County 911 Communications Center Project Disbursement Request Number 10 for a total of $3,082,092.88 to BW Construction.
so moved.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. And the last item I am presenting just for your review only. We received notification from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, regarding revisions to the flood insurance study report and the flood insurance rate map for Chatham Hills LOMR. This report was also forwarded to the City of Westfield, and CJ Taylor from Planning has it, so it's just for information purposes.
Okay, thank you.
Speaking about Chatham Hills, I just want to compliment Westfield on their ability to host the Live Golf Tournament. I had the opportunity to go Thursday evening. It was phenomenal how professional it was, and what a good partnership that organization is with the local community. It was impressive.
Yeah, Karen Radcliffe, she did a fantastic, her and her staff did a fantastic
And I'd also
job.
like to do a shout out to everybody, our volunteers, our
Yeah.
staff, everyone that stood up after the weather event that occurred right in the middle of it. I mean.
That's you too, Chad.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's you too.
That, we organized a quick and efficient response, and people gave up their weekend to make sure that event took place. And so I just would like to put a
And
thank
they
you out
already
there.
approved next year to have the event again.
It's a really very nice event, and thank you all who made that happen Sunday after the weather.
Sheriff,
I don't have anything for you guys today. Thank you.
Thanks.
Mr. Auditor. The Honorable Mr. Auditor.
Yes.
Is that better?
Wow.
That's right. Do you have a crayon for
I
a
heard it.
signature?
Crayon?
He ignored me.
See, I start giving you respect and I start tearing you down. I don't understand.
an attorney, don't
You do. You guys know where we can find a good attorney?
We have a plethora of them.
So for your approval and signature, I have capital asset disposal notifications.
Some of,
Second?
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
The clerk's monthly report.
So moved.
second,
Discussion? All in favor?
aye,
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Health Trust monthly expenditure report.
some of,
Second?
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Payroll claims.
some of,
Second?
Discussion? All in favor?
aye,
Aye.
Aye.
And vendor claims.
So moved.
second,
Discussion? All in favor?
aye.
Aye, motion carries.
That's all I have. Thank you very much.
Boy, that was pretty quick.
I'm
Your
exhausted.
Honorable Auditor. Is there any other business to come before the board, before the work session? If hearing none, we will recess into room 1A to discuss some things with Mike Hubbs and Sydney, I never can pronounce the last name, whatever it is.
Easy for you to say.
So you're welcome to come in if you